Hello everybody. In last SP class we discussed how relocate table or relocate and linking will be performed for the to get the value of the external symbol. So continuity of that same, that is how linking and loading perform. We have an algorithm to perform that is called loader algorithm, which occurs in a two form, which already told you in the last class why it has a two passes. In the first pass it assign all the information of load address of a program. In the second part it start linking, so it has two pass of algorithm. So continuity of that, today we see what are the data structures it use. Yeah, so before that, why we want to pass, we just recall that what we had in the last. So we'll take the same program, so you can check that this was the program given. So this was the program we had took in the last class. So in that you can see there you have the alpha as external and a, loop, total, all the symbols are local. So you can check that here it specify that you need to store the translate address in a 500. If from the same location if it load, then it is called absolute loader, but if it change the positions, then it need to be relocated. To relocate that you need to change all the address. Relocate means you need to have the load address. So you have 500 is a translated address. If you load to the location 900, then you need to find out the calculate the relocation factor. So we have this, that is what 540 is the reference to the, that's what the translation address to the A, because A is in the line number 540. So the same thing, why we want to fast, because this is what the program they had given. So this was the user written program, and user told that you need to translate in the address 500. So translate in the location 500. So line number 500 starts with the, what you have, read A. Read A is a 500. Then these are the external, so it's outside the program. Start doesn't create any sudo op. So 500. Next 501, 502, 503, like that. In 518 you have move R, and in 538 you have BC statement. These are the opcodes for move R and the BC statements. Then in 540 you have A, and 541 is the end of the program. Yeah, so the length of the program is how much? The length is 41. Right. So if it is loaded to the location, if it run from the same, then it is absolute. But if you change that, that is what the relocate loader. If it load from line 100, then this line becomes 900. Next 901. Next is 918. Next is 938. Next 940. Next 941. Like this it will be loaded. When you load, you can have all the address of this, because we have a base. Base is 900 and we are adding the displacement. We have the address of all. But there are address sensitive instructions. So this is address sensitive instructions which is referring to the location 540. But we have loaded that line to the 940. Then what we need to do? We need to relocate this. This address I can't get. Sorry, I can get if I add with the relocation factor. So what is the relocation factor you got? That is what 900 minus 500. 900 is the load address, my 500 is the translated address. So what is that you got? 400. If I add that with 540, then I'll get the address as how much? 940. This is okay if the address, if this symbol is locally defined, but here alpha is externally defined, where this address is 0. If I add with the relocation factor, I am pointing to the location 400, which is not at all in any of the program. Means this symbol is not defined in this program. Then where it is defined? It is defined outside. That's what the external, in one more program, where this is what the alpha program. Here it is defined. This program starts in the 200. Translator told that it starts, you need to start from 200, and at the line 231 you have the address, that is what 25, the data of alpha. The alpha data is not 00 because the alpha is not known to the translator, so it has entered as 0 because alpha is not declared in the program. It's outside, declared outside. It's referenced over here. It's an external reference. This doesn't know by the assembler, so he has represent with the 000. I can't add with the 400 to get the data because this is not a relocation factor of a alpha. Alpha is a program which is written, or a variable which is written outside the program. Then how to refer that? The address, relative address, translation address, you know that it's 231. If you loaded same, whatever the translator told, same location, then address is 231, I can directly write 231. But we are changed, we are using relocate loader, we are not using the absolute loader. So when we change this, what happened? Where I am loading, normally every loading will be done after the first. This is the main program, this is the second program, this is the A program, we will consider this a B program. From 900 to 941 we load A program name. Then this will be the location 942, or we will consider 941 to we are loading the B. Then what is the relocation factor? What is the relocation factor? Relocation factor is how much? 7. Clear? 7 is the relocation factor. 741. You need to do the minus 1 minus 1, 4 minus 1, 9 minus 1. So relocation factor is this. So you need to load the B to the location where 941. So you load the location B, that is what, 200 plus what is the relocation factor, that is what, 200 plus what is the relocation factor, 741. So how much you will get? First line will be over here. Second line, if 201, then we will add with 741, then what you will get? 942. That's what the second line. Like this it will comes. So at the line number 231, at the line number 231 means when I load, I am loading how much? 741 plus 231. So how much? 279. So in the location 972, I have the address of an alpha. I have the value as 255. So now I got the address of the 250. So in a one single scan, I can't get. In one single scan, I need to load all the programs, so that I'll get all the loaded address. I'll get all the loaded address of all the symbols whatever used in a and a B. And in a second scan, we can over here now in the place of 000, I can add with the load address, that is 972. So that how much I'll get? 972. So in 918, that is what it is loaded to 918. In that 918, we are finding the alpha at the location 972. Means at the 941 B is loaded, and at the line number 972 we have the detail of an alpha. So this need to be linked to, means 72 need to be linked to the A 918. So we require 2 pass. Here similarly we have one more program. You can see start. The whatever the name is given, translator address will, the same address it will use. If you load from here, then there is no problem, absolute loader will get the same address. But if you change, if you change the, that is relocate loader, if you do, then we are getting the some different address. So you have start the program, you have one external GH which is not defined over here. So we are referred that in the line number 198. Remember, you have set of lines, and in 198 you have referred the external symbol address GH, where assembler does not know, it referred as 0, because you don't have a detail in a GH in this program. You have that detail in a other program, that is what the location is 250. But you are not using the same location to load, we are changing the location. Imagine the load address is 200. So this is A program, this is B program. How many programs you have in this? Subprograms. A program, B program means in the one single program you have 2 units. There's a call function, it's a calling function, it's a called function, right? So in a program you have a calling function and a called function. So 200 you are loaded till 200. What is the size? Size is 315. So till 200 to 315 means till 515 we load program A. This is the first pass. Then second, in a first pass, then second program should be loaded, because we need to get the address of this. After loading only I'll get the address of this. Well, because this address is a relative address which is given by the translator. We are not loading this address, we are changing the address. So we need to assign the address first. What is the size of this? 84. So from 515 to the size 84 means 995. We are loaded the program of GH. That is what I just give as a name B. Clear? Understood this? Done using your relocation factor. Clear? Nothing but 100. And what is the load address is given? That is 200. So relocation factor added is 100. 100 plus 100, 200. 101 for second line. 101 plus relocation factor 100, that is 201. Like that. 315 plus you have the relocation factors, then you need to load that. Clear? So till here you will load. Similarly here also you will use the relocation factor and load, right? So whenever I refer 198 means I am referring here 298. Here I want the address of GH. What is the address of a GH? Once I load everything in the second pass, the address of GH was 000. This is updated with, we got 515 and we have 515. In 298 we will get the address of 515. Until I load both I can't. So in first pass we load all the program. In one program if you have 3 units, in one program if you have 4 units, 10 units, you need to load everything first, all the subprograms to be loaded. After that we can start linking. So your algorithm has 2 passes. Clear? So same example I just took for your references. So that is 198. So you can see that the same program I had took over here. Clear? So we'll start with this introduction, the direct linking loader. So what is direct linking loader? This is what the algorithm says. Yeah. So direct linking loader allow the programmer to have multiple segments. Don't want a one single segments. You can have subprograms, multiple subprograms and multiple data unit. Clear? And gives the complete freedom to reference any data and any segment in a flexible way. We can say that if all the segments are loaded, then it is flexible to get the address of all the segments. So it is very, you can have n number of segments in your program, n number of data segments area you can have. You can call, once you load everything, you can get any of the address, any data address, right, easily. So this is what a direct linking loader allowing for the programmer. Yeah. So it provides you the flexibility to operate with the inter segments, and it also allow independent translation of a program. One program independently translated. You can see in the previous, a program is independently translated to the location 900, right? This is independently translated to the location 941 because the size is 941. It is 941. So each and every intern segments can be independently translated. Yeah. So when we have this independency, so that any segment can be referred easily, then how it is performed? The assembler gives some of the information to the loader, like the length of the segment. Definitely we want, because we are loading first A, what is the length? Till that A is there. Then B, what is the length? That should be passed. Then assembler pass the list of all the symbols which are referred here or which may have referred outside. Clear? So it gives the symbols which are referred clear by the other segment, but we have the relative location in this segment, and similarly we have the symbol that is not defined in this segment but referred. So external and local, both the symbols information assembler gives to the loader wherever you have to locate. Yeah, so that is nothing but it will give, first assembler gives the length, first point, that is what, 41. Second and the third, it gives all, this is external, this is internal, right? So all the local, that is A, and all the external, that is alpha, all the details it gives. Next, what you have? You have third one, the information where the address constants are there. Wherever the address constants are there, here is address constant, here is address constant, here is address constant. So that is what line number 500, line number 518, line number 538 got address constant. So that are located in the segment. Yeah, that is given to the, and what is the result value? Result value is for this 540 is the result value, for this it's a 0 because internal, external, and 501 for this because internal. So what are the result value? All those relative address it will give. Yeah, next it will give the machine translated relative address. Machine translated relative address. These are the machine translated relative address, and these are the machine translated instructions. So these things assembler pass to the loader. Yeah, so you have assembler or a compiler, it will compile and pass to the loader. Loader, what it need to do? It need to load every segments. Clear? It need to load every segments, and all the segments external symbols will be, whatever you will get the external symbol, those load address will be copied in a table. After that, both the your object program and the table is given to loader 1, loader 2, and it will be loaded. Yeah, so this is what the design of a 2-pass or a direct linking algorithm. So normally question asks us, it won't ask us a 2-pass algorithm, explain the 2-pass algorithm of a loader. The direct question it is, explain the direct linking loader. Direct linking loader is a loader which execute in a 2-pass. So explicitly they don't give the question as define or explain the 2-pass direct linking. Direct linking loader perform in 2-pass. So explain direct linking means you need to explain the 2 passes of a direct linking. Yeah, so that design, this was the design of a direct linking. So design, what are the things assembler should pass on. So this was the 2-pass assembler, how the schemes are. Yeah, so we'll have the design specification, what is the problem and how the problem will be sorted out. So in direct linking, it need to have all the first load address. What is the load address? It required load address. Clear? Of some of the, because we in direct linking, what it is doing, it is linking the external symbols with the program. So if you want to get the external symbol, first it should be loaded. So absolute load address of some external symbols. Clear? That can be modified on a address constant. Address constant means whatever we have to 000 was there, you need to change that. This is what the main problem of a direct linking. Right? To perform this, we have 2-pass algorithms. We use 2-pass algorithm. Clear? So what is 2-pass algorithm? What are the things in 2-pass algorithm we'll have? So reallocation always done using a base. That's what the base means, 900. Then 941 is the base. Similarly in a second program, 200 and 515 is the base. So that it can get the next line address. Right? Using a base register, it is done. Which is set by the assembler or a loader. If directly assembler means absolute loader will do. If loader is doing means relocate loader. That is what 900, whatever we have, the new address. That will become a base. Clear? Next, the reallocate loader can treat the instruction exactly as a non-relocatable, because it is not located. We are not loading from the absolute location what they are giving. You are relocating it, right? So we can relocate loader can consider those instructions as non-relocatable till it is not relocated. Clear? So what are the problems it occurs when there is a relocation? So first one, if address constant, that is if it is absolute, means this is what the absolute, this is loop, then this address is known, this is what the address of a loop, this is what the address of a loop, and for A this is what the address, right? So it can directly know the address, that is in a alpha should, the A should be referred from the location 540, loop should be referred from the location 538. Right, if both are absolute, means it is known by the assembler, then no problem, assembler calculate if local 1 and local 2, all these two are symbols defined internally, then no problem, assembler will calculate the value. But if, that is what simple, if relocate, L1 is relocatable with the procedure and L2 is an absolute manner, then assembler calculate the difference between relative of local 1 and the value of L2. But relocation should be performed by the load address. That's what if you have. This is what a local, this is what a external. It find out the relative, that is 540 and 100. But linking should be done by the loader. Clear? Linking should be done by the loader. That's what. In the place of 0, you need to get 972. That need to be done by the loader. Third problem, that is with the complex. It means very bit higher of a relocatable. That is nothing but if you have two variable, that is local 1 and 2, and these are the entry on some other. We don't have, exactly we don't have in this. That is what the second program. In that you can consider GH. We don't have anything in a GH. Then the complete thing, because here we don't even have the address also. Then completely the locating the address of a GH as 515 is the work by loader. Then assembler can't do anything. The work should be done by the loader. So this is what the problem of, or a specification, problem specification of direct linking loader. Okay? So to perform this, assembler should give the object, this means converted program, whatever you have converted program, and all the necessary information like three things we told that. All the, what is the size of the program, what is the object desk. Object desk means converted zeros and ones program. This is what the zeros and one object program. Then which are the local, which are the external, yeah? And the size of a program. So complete detail assembler should pass to loader. Then only loader can perform. So all the detail should be passed to the, for the relocation should be given to the loader. Yeah, these are the problem specification. So how pass 1 and pass 2 execute. So what are the data structure for pass 1 and pass 2. So we'll go for the data structure of a pass 1. Pass 1, what it will do? It allocate and assign each program. Whatever the program you will have, every program it will allocate and assign to the location which is specified using a load address. Means whatever how many program segments you have, completely you need to allocate. When you allocate, when you keep on allocating, you need to fill one more table, that is called external table. Clear? We call it as external table or ESD card. We also call it as an ESD card. So whenever you fill, whenever you have this program, whenever you load, while loading you have the ESD card, external symbol card will be there. In external symbol card, what it will store that A, load address of A is 940, then alpha, load address is 972. Like this the table will be start filling. Allocate every symbol, sorry, every program, you will allocate every program. While allocating, you need to have, while allocating, you will get all the address of each symbol. You can see that, or will get all the address of each symbol you will get. So here also you will get all the symbol 200, 515, all the address. Then you need to store a, or create or fill a symbol table which we have in assembler with the values of an external table. So these symbols appear as a local in ESD card. ESD card is external symbol card. So all the data of external symbols, the load address will be stored in the symbol card. So this is what the pass 1. Pass 1, what it will do? It will assign all the segments or the units, and while loading or allocating, we will get the load address of each symbol. That symbol it create a or fill the symbol table with that load address. Yeah. So that's what the data structure. What are the data structure we use? We want the object program given by the assembler, initial program load address, that's what the starting load address. So that first segment is in 900, means second segment will be in after the length of the 900, A, if A has a length of 41, then 900 to 941 A will be stored, then from 941 B starts stored. So for that we want the initial program load address, which is given by the programmer or the operating system. Next we will have a table GEST, that is called global external symbol table, which will be filled with the load address. To fill with the load address we want, and a copy to the pass2. So two data structures we use in a pass1. One is IPLA, initial program load address, and GST. Clear? Use two data structure, with along with that we use the object program as well as the copy of the output. That is, first one is it uses initial program load address, that is called IPLA load address initial, so that A is loaded in 900 and the length is 941, then B is loaded from 941 to, if the length is 40, then it will load till 981 B, right? Then if you have one more segment and the length is 10, then it will load from 981 to 910. So this is what 40 length, this is what 41 length, this is what a 10 length. So if you have initial address, then I can load all the three segments of the program. Clear? Understood? So we want one data structure is this. When I load, you will have all the symbols defined. So whenever you define a symbol over here, you will get the address of that, right? The address of that as 941 is the start address, then in between somewhere imagine the 10th line. Clear? Then what is the address? 951. You will load that as 951. So we will create two data structure. One is we want the initial start address load address IPLA. The other is we start to have a table which has external symbol table EST, which is global for all. So GEST given. The external symbol is placed on a card. That card is called EST card. Clear? In that card we have different information. One card, in that we have GEST table. Clear? Which is local. We can, if you want, whenever you know that this is alpha is an external, we can directly go for ESD card. In that we can search for the related information, right? So it's a maintenance of a card type. So next you have pass2. In the pass2, what we need to do, it needs to relocate, nothing but address constant should be linked in the pass2. So all modification of address constant are done as the major function in the pass2. So in second pass, what it will do, loader will take all the assigned location and perform the relocation task by modifying the relocate constant. Address constant is modified with the new relocation address. So here where data structures used are, we need to have the output of a pass1, we need to have the initial IPLA initial load address, we had extra the program load address counter. So this is what a program load address counter to find out the segments, whatever the segments, this is what the counter we call it as. So this is the counter till 900 to 941. So length is 41. So it will update for 41 times because it's a counter. Then 941 to 40 is the length. So it update for 981. Then counter is 40, like this. To have that size of a program, we need to have a counter. Then GEST, that is what a global external symbol which was prepared by the pass1 should be used by the pass2 to get the address. Again, because while linking we want this address. This address is in a GEST table of ESD card. So we want this which was prepared in the pass1. And next we want is one more new data structure. It's an array, local external symbol array. Clear? This is nothing but used to have a correspondency between ESD ID numbers and RLD cards. RLD cards means it is a relocate and linking card, whichever need to be relocated. So we have different symbols, right? Alpha, external. So these are the, if whatever the external symbols we have, that is alpha, X, GH. So these are the external symbols we have, and which address we will get whenever we start to load, whenever we'll load in a pass 1, right? So in a pass 1 we use IPLA and GEST is created or built it. In pass 2 we use the same IPLA, we use GEST also. GST is in a ESD card, right? So one more we use, that is what? LES, a local external symbol array. Clear? This is nothing but argument list we have discussed in your macro, which stores the number. Clear? In a ESD card, while storing the alphabet, we start using the number 1, 2, 3. This is just for the fast access. Clear? Similarly, this array stores the external symbol using the same ID, 1, 2, 3. So wherever this is a external, this need to have a reference. So each time whenever the program in the pass 2, when start linking, your relocate loader just check the LESA array and check that this is what need to be replaced. Then what is its ID? 1. It will search in the GEST card, that is where the ID match. Over here ID is matched. Just to have a fast access we use this. So ID match and alpha is replaced by 972. Next X, you have an ID 2. It will search for the ID 2 over here. Okay, this here 2 matched. It just won't, because text matching takes time. In number matching is very fast. Clear? We don't want to match the text. Text matching means we need to check for each and every string. To avoid this, just to simplify and to make fast, we use this array, LESA. Clear? Just it will use the ID to match with that and get the address. For the fastest purpose, we use this array. In this array, we have an ID as well as we have the whatever the external symbols are there, because this is used by relocation and linker program, that is called as, that will be in a, or the detail will be in a RLD, relocation linker D card, detail card. So here whatever the relocation required, wherever the relocation required, what are the external symbols, all these information which is given by the assembler will be stored in RLDA. So we have one counter PLA, 2 GEST ESD card which has the GEST array just to have a fastest access, and ERLD, the information about what are the external symbols, how we need to link, all those informations are in RLD. Yeah, when loading it will check with the RLD. Okay, in RLD we have alpha. Then we need to have update in a GEST with the address what, 972 and number is 1. Then it will be updated in exactly in the array as 1 alpha. Next again check. Okay, here the external symbol X is given. Then again search for the address of a X, some address 991. Then immediately it is updated in a number 2 X 991 and 2 X. This will be updated. So this is what the task performs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and the 7. Apart from that, we need to have a text card which have the normal program card, program information, the instruction of a program. Clear? So these are the data structures used in your direct linking. So with this introduction, what are the pass 1 and pass 2 data structures? We'll go. Is what the design. So you can see that 3 different object is of a one program is given to load pass 1. It use PLA, it use PLA, it use GEST, clear, and it gives the copy of that to the loader. Loader use these 3 along with that one more, that is what, LESD. This is in a ESD card, and this will help to link between ESD and RLD card. That is what the fastest access. Yeah, that is what the card which have this information. To link between ESD and RLD, LESA is used. Clear? So you can see over here. LESA is used to establish the correspondency between link between ESD IDs used on ESD and RLD card. Clear? LESA is used to establish the relationship between ESD. ESD have the GEST table, that is what symbol table, external symbol table, and RLD has the information about the relocating and linking, which symbol should be relocated and which symbol should be linked. Clear? To build the connection between these two, we use this array. So this was the design of your direct linking loader. So we'll go one by one. So common data structures used is, one is object desk, nothing but your converted by object program. GEST, LESA. GEST is nothing but global external symbol table, and LESA is an array which have the ID of external symbols. So in object we have object desk, we have 4 different sections. One is ESD. In your program you have ESD. ESD has what are the external. You have a text program, nothing but a instruction of a programs or a data of a program, and you have RLD. RLD is a linking and loading, relocating information which is given by the assembler and the end. So one program converted by a translator will have these 4. Nothing but what are the external symbols we have, what is the remaining your text of the instruction of a computer, instruction of a program, and RLD nothing but what are the relocation and linking informations whatever we have, and end card. So these are the different cards which is given by the assembler to the linker. So linker find that these are the external symbols and these are the information of a, then where the external symbol should be linked, how it should be linked. For example, in the previous you can see that your external symbol is alpha, though this will be in your ESD, and where it should be linked, it should be linked in 515, where it should link 515. So it should link in a 515. 515 is a translate address, means it should link in 918. These information will be in RLD. So RLD gives me the translation address, where to link, how to link, what to link, and ESD specifies me what are the external symbols we have. Yeah, so these two, and they are text, normal your program and the end card. So these are the 4 things we have in the object desk. So next we will go with the ESD. ESD is nothing but external symbol card which has the necessary information about the external symbols, clear, which is called as a external symbol directory. D stands for the directory, or simply symbol table, which has segment definitions. Start, this is we already discussed, control sections which is used to connect between the segments. We have local definitions which have all the what are the local symbols we have, and also we have external symbols, what are the external symbols we have in a program. So here whenever we have external symbols on the start symbols, whatever we have, clear, which is given by which will be assigned by the assembler. Unique assembler will enter external with the 000, and these are the pseudo op will assembler will give. Clear, it will be stored in the symbol table using an identifier, clear, so that it can connect with the RLD, so that it can conjunction with the RLD. So while entering GEST you need to enter with the ID. GST will have the ID. So these are the 3 themes what we have, that is what start and whatever the segment definitions we have, that one, local definitions and external reference. So this will be in the ESD card. Clear? So that's what I told in the previous. In one card we have segments, ESD, external symbol directory, you have GEST where you are entered with the number so that it can match with the RLD. You have local definition, we have ST. So this makes me the directory. Yeah, so it's a directory. Next we have is a text. Text is nothing but a block of informations whatever you have written and its address 501, the line number whatever you have with the relative address you need to have, clear, and PM counter is used to every time to update the relative address. Whenever it's load, 501 should be load to 901 because it is a 500 plus 1. Then next line will be 900 plus 1. So to add with the relative address we want this program load address. It is nothing but your program. Where to load, all the load address, all the data will be given by the loader. Next, RLD card. RLD card has three sections again. RLD card has the location and the length of the address constant wherever the relocating and linking should be performed. So those information will be there, and it has an external symbols, what are the external symbols should be relocated, and what is the operation performed. So these informations will be in a RLD. So it has complete information about how relocating and linking should be done. That's it. Where to do means what is the address constant and what is the external symbols should be connected to that address constant. So those information and how the operation should be done, this will be in a RLD card. Next is an end card, which specify the end of each disk. So end card and EOF card is different. End card is, it is pointing for the each. Here one end card means this is end of this sub program. Next again, if you have an end card, this is the end of this sub program, because these are the one program which has three segments. At the end of a third program, if you have end of file, then it is called as program has been loaded. Then the pass, it should go for the pass to, so that it can link the table. Yeah. So end card, it specify that end of the one object program. It tells that assembler that it's an end. If it specifies some of the number, then it's the start address of that particular object program. Yeah. If does not, then automatically it will start from the line number 1. So LDT, loader terminator, or EOF, end of the file, it specify that, or at the end of all the collection object. Means if you have in a program to call function or a calling function, then it will be have three segments. Then at the end of the three segments, it tells that loader here it need to terminate, and it start from the pass one should start from the first object file. Means all the loading is done. Yeah. Last you have, that is what GST we already discussed a number of times. GST is nothing but it stores all the external symbols, clear, with the help of segment and load definitions. We check this, these things will be in a ESD, that is what external symbol directory. With the help of the directory, we enter the external symbol detail in GEST, clear, which is on a ESD. That is what the directory, and these symbols will be loaded during the pass one. GEST is created in pass one, so it is encountered with the pass one, used in a pass two, yeah, which will be filled using the your core address, nothing but loaded address, and it will be stored in a GEST. So it's created in a pass one, used in a pass two. The last one, LESA, I already told, it's an array, which here the relocation, where to relocation, how to do, instead of matching with the character, we are matching using a ID number. So on our RLD card, by the means of ID number, here external symbol is used to link and load or whatever it need to be performed using the ID. The same ID is saved in your ESD card also, that is one GEST. Clear. The technique is to just to speed up. Why we use this array technique is just to speed up. Here it gives the correspondency between ID of RLD and ID of EST. Clear. So that it can easily match, and you'll get the relative absolute core address to get the relative address of a symbol, so that you can directly easily get through the ID numbers, and you can assign that address to the symbol. For that purpose we want this array. So these are the data structures we use to implement your two pass loader or direct linking loader. So they won't ask explicitly explain the two pass loaders, they'll ask as explain direct linking loader. Means you need to explain that there has two pass algorithm. Direct linking loader has two pass algorithm. So loader, if the name task as a loader, then it is a direct linking loader. So we'll see algorithm in the next class or a next video, and thank you. Read the textbook. Always read the textbook. Yeah. Thank you.